is my Trojan. Yay. We should all hopefully be at this point where you have amassed so much wealth that you have 0.665 Sol. No, just kidding. This is obviously your address and shit. Boom, boom. Right, this is the home screen. You should be all at this point, right? That's where you want to be. Everyone's here. Everyone's here. Paused. Good. Okay, continue. First thing I'm going to do before we set copy trading is because my strategy of copy trading may be different to your copy trading strategy, right? But there's one step in mind, at least, that you might want to deploy. And if you use Trojan, you might need this. So here you go. And feel free to copy my settings, but there are far more efficient ones and I'm sure better ones. But I can, as we go through this, I'll tell you why I did what I did. But so here's my settings. It's a little bit different than yours. It probably looks like that, right? Well, just hit the simple to advanced mode. Boom, there you go. And so you can see I've got, you know, turbo, all this. Most of this is probably auto. It's been a long time since I did it first time, but most of it's auto. The real thing that's concerning us with copy trading bot is the auto sell. As you'll see later, the sales, you can take control of those versus trusting the person's account you're copy trading. And there's a multitude of reasons you won't want to do that. So here we go. You're in here. You can see sell one. This is what I've created. You won't have that. You'll have new. So click new. I'll click sell one. Imagine it says new. Here we go. You can see tag sell one. That's what I named it. You'll type that in. This will give you a prompt. You'll bang it out. It'll sell. Yours will probably sell something else. And you can see here what I've done is I've done 110% profit. I want to sell 50% of my bag. Essentially, I want to get out my initial investment, right? At 500% over, I'm selling 10% of my bag for ostensibly another unit and a half. So ultimately, this is set up for me, and once again, yours could be completely different. And I have added 900%, take another 10% on here. I've a multitude of ways. I tinker with it, right? I added 10% to this morning. But ultimately, I'm trying to get, two and a half to 3.5 units out. If I'm not watching it, right? And then it's quick, or it happens in the flash. One of them quick one wicks. So I'm trying to prolong endure the bot's ability to sustain put in positions, because some of these are going to be absolute insta losses. And so ultimately I'm copy botting so I can get access to their entries. The sales I'll take care of. So this is me doing that. Because people's minds are different. So for me, this is the way I want to do it. Slippage is 18%. Once again, that's very high. It's super high. Why is it high on this profile? Because in some of these degenerate plays that you're copying, the guys getting in at like sub 100K on market cap. Well, you can see in those like serious wicks where it might go up and down hundreds of thousands in seconds. To get a trade through, you're going to have like a serious slippage. So I have 18%, and people do even crazier than that sometimes. But that's me. I'm willing to take the haircut there. So we go back. That's Sun. You got that sell one. Remember that, because you'll need that later. But it'll prompt you with it. So here we are. We're back. We're all good. Everything should be kosher. And we go back. Now we're going to set this up for Frank DeGods' wallet. Why? Because he put a tweet out with his wallet, and he's telling you openly and transparently that he's doing shit. Whatever. Feel free. So I can show you a different fucking time how to find the wallets, but for right now, let's just step one up for Frank DeGods. Here's a tweet where you can get his wallet specifically from his official thing, so you don't have to trust me. That's there. I'll attach that, I guess, underneath this video. Let's now go to copy trade. Yeah, go to copy trade. We're gonna go Frank. So here within the Frank portfolio, this is obviously what I've set up. You would, once again, just like before, you click a new. I have already done this. Here's one I made earlier. So tag, just like the sell portfolio, just use the name. So Frank is what I called it, because we set up Frank's. Target wallet, gonna be fucking quite self-explanatory there, isn't it? Put the wallet in. Buy amount. It's gonna say percentage on yours. I did 0.2 Sol, right? So you can type it and it gives you the option either or when you actually click to change it. So when you see it, you might not think you can, but you can just put in a Sol amount. Instead of percentage, because some of these guys are fucking whales, I do 0.2 Sol. Like I said, my takeaway from this and what I'm trying to use this for is entries. I want the guys alpha, whatever their informational stream is. I just want to have access to that, so that when they buy something, at what time they buy it, I just want that. I'll take care of the sales, like you've seen. We'll get to that in a bit. But another point worth discussing here is the buy gas underneath, right? I have a very aggressive buy gas on this portfolio setup. Why? Because Frank is buying things under 100,000. This is what we want. This is degenerate shitcoining, right? This is not set up for people buying a 50 to 100 million market cap shitcoin, meme coin that's going to go. You don't need to have aggressive slippage and gas for that. This is for getting in and out very quickly, sub $1 million, making your money, and then these things might be dead within minutes. So I have 0.015 Sol gas, right? So if you're just blind copying me, but you pay attention and tune in when it comes to buy amount because you're like, well, I don't want to do that. I want to do 0.005. Well, you're going to get destroyed by my gas settings, right? So you have to consider that and be very sure here, because I know a guy who drained 5 Sol. We all know a guy in here who drained 5 Sol, accidentally fat fingering 0.3, not 0.03 here. And on the degenerate plays, it chewed through that quickly. So, careful there. And my slippage is once again 18. I told you this is set up for degenerate stuff. Copy sells, no. You can have it on. Once again, another guy in here who that cost him $28,000. And I made 4 because it didn't go through. So, I turn it off because once again, we're going to get to it. We're going to attach our sell profile to this, which has your sale levels on it for taking profits so that you can keep this going. So we go down slippage 18, right? Like I told you, this is a degenerate profile setup. The only other thing really here is duplicate buys, because you're going to do advanced features. Duplicate buys, no. I don't, because some people fat finger things, right? Some people have a different way of buying, they enter it, and some people have, all of us have averaged down and convinced us that we need to buy more of a completely useless picture of a cute animal for a lesser price than we originally bought it because we knew it was going to go back up, and then it did not. So I turn off duplicate buys. I just want the initial buy. Thank you very much. Appreciate your alpha, but I will not follow you into hell. So minimum buy, depending on the account, if you go look at it, like that's a whole different video, a whole different conversation, which we can do later. The minimum buy here, you're going to want to look at the accounts when you're adding these to Copy-Trade and see like, hey, what's their unit level? Everybody has a unit level. Mine's 0.2, right? $40. Well, inherently, you might not even know you have one, but you have one, like based on your confidences and stuff. So I want to make sure I'm not putting 0.2 on something where the guy who normally puts in Sol actually just put in 0.1, right? Because it's dog shit. Right, so I'm going to have a minimum buy in there. Just make sure he's putting a serious amount in for his account. Last thing, before we attach our sell profile right here, or you can do it while I'm telling you, because you're going to attach that sell one we made earlier for the auto sells, so that it adds those take profit levels to the orders as it goes through, is the retries. Some of these things are going to fail, right? Especially if you've got lower gas settings and stuff. Some of these orders, the copy orders, will fail. They won't go through. Some of these, when you're under 100 grand market cap, that thing's moving. So I have 1 retry on, which is degenerate. So feel free to have 0. Plenty of people have 0. They say if I miss it, I miss it, right? Anything more than 1 starts to get dangerous. With 1, I've seen myself lose about 4x. Like I paid 4 times what the initial one went in for, 4 or 5 times, like during a shit coin pumping in the wick, right? And so I can still under sub 100 grand, you can still make some money, still good, as long as it's going, right? Sometimes it doesn't, and you lose, but the difference between getting in at 20,000 market cap and 30,000 market cap is a big difference, right? 50% it's a solid difference in your position for the same money. And me tinkering with those gas settings versus some of the other guys in chat is how I've got to happy to be with here, right? So retries, I have 1. I'm happy to do that. But past that, you start to risk really fucking holding the bag, right? It can go millions in the amount of time it goes to take those. So you could just essentially just fucking buy in the top. So don't do that. And that's pretty much it, right? You stay active, obviously, and you go back, and then I'll just talk you through the real interface to see what you've done, right? So we go back, as you can see it's on, right? We go positions, okay? So you can see mine, and you'll see how it's laid out, right? You can see Pika right here is doing very nicely. So we bought it at 99,000, right? Market cap entered in. Thank you, Frank DeGods, appreciate you. Price and market cap are now 1.3. It was higher. But you can see I've taken 3 take profits here. So I've actually taken out already 0.51 Sol, $111, right? Do my 3 sells, the 50% sell of it at 110%, the 10% at 5, and this one had a 9. I told you I had 900% at another 10%. So I only have 30% of the bag left in here at my discretion, right? Because if it goes, I want to be able to hold it. So that's my strategy: is get me a couple units out of it, automated, so I can keep this bot alive, right? Because you don't want to be constantly putting fucking money into Trojan. And then if it goes YOLO and you got in 100 grand, well, congratulations, thank you for playing. That's the point of doing it. So that's the deal. Sometimes, you know, I come in here, you can click them to sell them. You know, print your little P&L card, shit like that. But it'll have a little pop up. Let me scroll up and find you one to show you. You know, here you go. Sell. Hit one of my take profits, right? So you can see it came through. Show you a buy, and then that's another sell. Okay, so there you go. Test this failed. See how these failed? Both of these went through. It tried it once and then failed again. So hey, sorry. Thanks for playing. This one went through. Lost immediately. But anyway, X Doge. We bought this shit. You see? Oh, sell amount. I guess no. I lie. That was a. There you go. So we slippage exceeded. Put it in again. Sold again. You can see my retries. But here you go. So Frank buys this, and you know I put 282 sold, and you can see it attached my two take profits, 50% and 10%. Right. So I bought X Doge, and then immediately it yeets up. Current price 4x that. Right. So I hit my take profit. So X Doge immediately sells 50% of my bag, which failed, and then passed. But for whatever, by the time it come back fucking down. But anyway, you can see how the logic of that works. So that's that. Welcome to being a degenerate copying cunt. And then later I will show you how to find the wallets. But that is that. Mad love. Lose your money, make money. Let's do it. You're essentially just trying to hit one. You just want to hit one. You just need that one $40 into 2,000 to fund this fucking thing and try and hit whichever ones, as long as you find the wallets of people getting in early. And so I treat it like the Plinko game. You know, the fucking pyramid where you go ding, 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 it'll drop all the balls, and then your wallet sort of goes down slowly as fuck, and then essentially you're trying to hit one of those outside little buckets, and if you hit one, it goes up like 50x, 100x, or whatever the fuck it is. Essentially, I'm treating it like that. That's my strategy. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's just technology, deploy it how you want, but that's how I'm treating it. And I've hit, so I fucking feel good about that. So that's where we are. And then obviously, word of warning, get the, not your keys, not your fucking crypto. You didn't fucking write down C phrases and shit to get this, so while you can get the shit off there, but like get it the fuck off. Don't keep all your shit on there. Word of warning, be an adult, degen shit. Right? Have fun. May the odds forever be in your favor. And if you lose money doing this, all I can say is
shut the fuck up.